It's been a while. I need to do like a full video on this. That's kind of hot actually. Why is it so hot? A second. That's going in the quote book. This is my trusty PC setup. That is. Yep. 2009 Cooler Master Storm Scout. Mark 1, launch generation kit. Fine. You know what? Fine. The case is from December 2009, almost 2010. Whatever. Close enough. Close enough. It was made around 2009. It was made late, very late 2009, and probably bought December, I think maybe as a Christmas gift in like 2010, 2009, probably. I don't know. I don't know the history of this thing. This was my uncle's, and he gifted it to me for my birthday actually last year. Inside it, nothing remarkable, you know. The usual stuff you'd expect to find in a PC from, what, gosh, 16 years ago? Yeah, no, the normal stuff, like the Thermaltake Tough Power 600 watt power supply, full ATX motherboard, technically three fans, because there's this rattly little dinkus thing in the bottom here that just does absolutely nothing except cools those cables down there. And, you know, no discrete GPU. That's what I'm going to talk about today. And, an i9-14900K. Shut up. This is the dumbest PC I've ever owned. Both in terms of like how stupidly overpowered it is relative to like I have a GPS mounted to this. No, my internet. Drop me. Nah, drop me everything. Stop it. You go back up there. Yeah, okay. Now, you get back on. Okay, sure. That's not gonna stay on. No discrete GPU. I'm just gonna say that, yeah. You might be saying, oh, you have two monitors, right? No, that's wrong. I have three monitors. Although, two of them are televisions. Stop falling off my desk! This one's a television, an old Magnavox thing that I don't even know how old it is. I want to say like mid-2000s. This is just a Sharp LCD whatever. That's a model NASCAR working on putting the decals on. And that's a dead old hard drive over there. Oh, my Arduino's over here. I have a couple spare keyboards. I have 3 spare keyboards. This one doesn't work. That might be a different video if I can get that to work. I'm currently using this one from 2013, this monitor from 2008, that one from 2010. You might be saying, you have 2 monitors, 3 monitors, or are you only using 1? Because this one supports HDMI, DisplayPort, and DVI. And I only have HDMI for one. This is 1080, that's like 480, that's 720. This is the highest resolution monitor I have. And so I'm sticking with this one. Even though it's mounted on a charger and my Arduino stuff. But, oh well. That's a different issue. You might be saying, well, hey, you have a discrete graphics card over that way, next to the laptop that you're trying to fix, but probably can't because money reasons. And yes, I do. I will go pick it up right here, and I'll just plug, well, no. You see, this motherboard here, as I've been building that computer, I have run into a lot of issues with broken or corrupted or just generally bad parts. This motherboard is one of them. This drive is one of them. That drive there is one of them. I don't want to show the serial number on that. This board arrived broken. It arrived like this. Of course, it had the clamp over it, but I took the clamp off because I was frustrated with it. That's not good. That's all those pins are squished down, and even one pin squished down could cause instability issues. So to have like, I think I counted 18 of them at the time. I have this drive out of my old laptop that I tried to adapt to fit into that laptop. And that didn't work. And the battery for that laptop is over that way somewhere. because it started smelling like lithium, and it started to swell. And I don't want to use that because it's 17 years old. So, dead drive, that drive exploded, that drive over there exploded. And then there's, of course, this thing. This is the only part of the Broken Bits bench that still actually works. Kind of. It works about as well as it did, well, slightly worse than what it would have back in the day. It's a little old, you know? Because, I mean, like, you can see right there, GeForce GTX. Like, when was the last time you heard of a GTX GPU? This is an NVIDIA GK104. A GTX 670. And this is the bad model of GTX 670. Not because it has one fan, not because you could get the 690, which had two GTX 670 chips in it, two GK104 chips in it. Not because of the I/O, like, look at that, DisplayPort, HDMI, 2 DVRs. And you might be saying, whoa, it has 4 outputs! Why don't you just use it to hook up the 3 monitors? It shouldn't be that bad, right? Well, I only have 1 DVI cable. Oh, well, you can still hook up 3 because there's a display. I don't have a DisplayPort cable. Oh, you can still hook up 2. I can still hook up... No. No, I can't. Because this thing, despite its power connector, it's not good. Let's just put it that way. It's not good. I will pop on over here. And excuse the mess, because this is just like the whatever video that I'm just doing. Oh, I have a fan there. I didn't know that. This is just the whatever video that I'm doing to explain things. Look at this, right here. I'm doing this video because of BeamNG 0.39, and people will be like, oh, don't you have a discrete GPU? Oh, why don't you have this? Why don't you have a GPU? I'm working on it. I'm hoping to have a good GPU by the end of August. This right here barely fits. This is what this case was made for, was GPUs about this size. 2 bars. So it's pretty thin, it's a pretty thin card. Pretty long card. The cards aren't that thin anymore, and that's the big issue I'm having. The inside clearance of this case is 270 millimeters. That might sound like a lot. It's not. Because most modern GPUs go about to there. Modern cards are massive. They're huge. I can't fit them in here. Because this thing was designed for nothing more than Radeon ATI graphics, which that thing could have had, but doesn't, because it's a pile of crap and it's the lowest tier one you could get. There's a Windows key. There's a Windows 7 key if you want it. I actually don't take it. I hope you can't see it from here, because I want to try to get Windows 7 maybe sometime, because Windows 7 good. Anything after that bad, but Windows 7 good, and I need to edit videos. Terabyte storage. CPU that's stinky, great stuff, except for when it goes bad, which it will in probably a couple months, because it's an i9 14900K, and I got it in December, and it's been causing me many issues. And I know this is just 8 minutes of me seemingly mindlessly rambling. This thing, I'll just get to the point. 32 gigs of RAM, right? 32 gigabytes of DDR5, 6,000 mega transfer per second. I got it in December. Thank you, Micro Center bundle deals. Anybody from Micro Center watching this, y'all got the best tech shop out there. This is... Because it's an integrated GPU, what it does is it pulls... in order to use the VRAM... In order to get VRAM, it pulls off of the discrete GPU. It is a discrete RAM. It doesn't have VRAM of its own. Any memory in that is actually just the CPU cache, L1, L2, L3, and whatnot. This thing, because it's a discrete GPU, it has its own RAM soldered directly to it. But these are all, I believe, 256 gig... No, they're 512. 512 gigabyte SK Hynix chips. 512 megabyte, sorry, 512 gigabyte, that'd be 2 terabytes of VRAM. I mean, like, that's gonna happen. That's probably gonna happen at some point, but like, that's, who knows? This is a low tier one. You could have got it optioned with more RAM in it, with 4 gig, up to 4 gigs. Sorry, my nose itches. 4 gigs. This is the 2 gig one. Currently, I have all my stuff set up to run on, what is it, 21.5 gigs of VRAM? Because, like, I've gotten used to not caring about VRAM at all because it's like, I have 21 gigs. When I have a tenth of that, it's not as fun. And it's DDR5, which is, like, it's the very, very, very old DDR5. So, it's not like the DDR5 that's in there, because that's been developed over many, many years. This one, this DDR5 chip, was made in 2012, as was this one, that one, and then all the ones underneath them. So, like, there. Pile of crap this is. I'm not gonna actually throw it because there's a battery here, and also that's heavy, and I think it might have cut my finger. So, people saying, hey, why don't you just get a GPU? I don't have the money for a GPU. I'm a YouTuber. I record videos I record videos of, like, gameplay, and so I have to have OBS running, and I have to have, say, BeamNG running, Minecraft running, whatever it is. And currently, I'm able to play it in, like, this tiny little corner of the window here, and on very low settings, because BeamNG 0.39 is not very good with processing power. Now, the devs did say in the release notes that they did try to get the performance as good as possible, but since the update is so massive, it just, like, cards like this. I think they're currently still working on optimizations, because I've been updating game tons recently, and it's just not, it's not doing much. So, there's an LED here. I should probably pick that up before we get stabbed by it. That, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go, because this is... I've got that GPU, and it's worth nothing more than a display adapter. And if I can get it configured to just run as a display adapter, so I can just have a DVI port and an HDMI port, please, I'd love to run dual monitor. But then also, like, it's so much stress on the iGPU that's in this thing, UHD 770. Intel's never really been good with GPUs. And I don't know. I don't have the money. End of August, maybe. Maybe. Good news is, power-wise, I do have enough, here it is, PCIe cables. I can do up to dual 8-pins, so... And yes, my sights have had to change because I've noticed that this case is so much smaller, and I'm also on a much tighter power budget. 600 watts. This is PCIe Gen 5, so no transfer speed limits. I don't know what to do here. I genuinely don't. Excuse me, you're supposed to be the quietest fan in the case. Stop doing that. Oh, it's this one. It's not. Is it really the Arctic fan? I don't want to touch it. That thing's sharp. It gave me a cut in one of my older videos. I don't think you can see it. It's really dark in there. I don't know. Something to figure out. Gotta get a new GPU. That's why I don't have a GPU. That's why I have an i9-14900K and no discrete GPUs, because I don't have the money. Got this because the money. It's $700 for 32 gigs of RAM, that motherboard, and this. Which this alone is worth $700, and so that was an absolute steal of a deal. But I mean, at least I have some of the best At least I have the best integrated GPU you can get, or at least one of them. Because I think I'm going to be relying on this thing for a while. And I've been getting a lot of comments saying, hey, why don't you just upgrade your PC? Just upgrade your computer. If you had the required minimum specs for BeamNG, it'd be fine. Shut up. Shut up. That's what I'm telling you to do. And I'm just going to say that because this is a sleeper build. This is my PC. I built this. I want to build this. I want to keep this the way it is. And I want to keep this up and decently running, I hope. Gosh, though, that Clev drive, whatever, like, random, weird, obscure brand that is, it's been doing so well. Get out of the shot! It's been doing so well. Focus iPhone, there you go. That has been doing absolute wonders. And those two crappy hard drives there and there have nothing on it. I'm gonna fix that soon, I swear.